Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's Stories of Yanko back here with another video. And, let's talk about some different teams. Let's talk about some different players. You feel me? Enough of the Lakers stuff. They're trash. I'm tired of talking about them. But we going to eventually talk about them because they're always in the news outlets and stuff like that. But today we are going to be talking about Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving of the Dallas Mavericks, right? And I like Luka Doncic, and it's no secret that Kyrie Irving is my favorite player of all time, favorite athlete of all time. Um, like these two guys are unbelievable, right? And we've seen Kyrie throughout history or his career play with different players of different skill sets, play with LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and he's thrived in that role, secondary, sometimes the first option on any given night, despite what people may seem like, in Brooklyn, like he could be the best player on the court on any given night, no matter if it was KD there or Harden there, it didn't matter. Kyrie would be on one, or it would be James Harden one night, KD one night, etc. Right? But this is the first time I've ever seen Kyrie defer this much to another player outside of LeBron James. But even when he was playing with LeBron James, LeBron gave him the space to do his own thing, right? Like if LeBron ain't had it going, he'll like, okay, Kyrie, go to work. You feel me? But this is a strange situation because there was questions about, oh, would it work in Dallas with Luka, Kyrie, drama, whatever like that. And we saw and we saw Kyrie go on a stretch to where, the Dallas Mavericks, they were flowing. And Kyrie was like averaging what, 33 or something like that over 5 games or something like that. He was just on a streak of putting up 30 points per game and they were winning. And then the moment that Luka came back, it pretty much ceased. You feel me? Like he had a stinker game and pretty much they went back to losing. And I'm not here to say, Luka is this cancer that nobody can play with or anything like that, because I don't think that that's true. But there is some truth to the fact that stars cannot play with Luka, because the style that Luka plays is very James Harden-esque, and I've been saying this for years. Shout out to Chronicles of Judah because he was the first person that said this. He is a Caucasian James Harden, right? And people get point guards and point forwards and playmakers and all these positions confused, right? Because they'll see a player like a Tyrese Halliburton and call him a point guard. And they'll see a person like SGA and Luka and call them also a point guard just because they're running point. No, SGA is a combo guard that has great playmaking ability. Luka Doncic is a combo guard or point forward, whatever you want to call him. Like, he is a score first player that has the ability to play make. Also, LeBron James is a score first player that has the ability to play make. Jokic is a pass first type of player who can score. DeMontis Sabonis, they run the offense through him, right? De'Aaron Fox is a score first player. Like, you got Tyrese Halliburton out here getting 12 assists a game, 13 assists a game, 17, 20. Like, he's going crazy. He is looking for his teammates to the point that by halftime, they're talking about, hey, Tyrese Halliburton has to step it up offensively so his team can win. And then he can give them that. But Luka is one of these players that is a score first type of player. But oftentimes with younger players like the Trae Youngs, the Lukas, I wouldn't say De'Aaron Fox, but players around that below 25 range, you've seen it with Jason Tatum also. Like, they've been the best player on their team for so long, they do take the it's my team thing a little bit too far, And of course, the Dallas Mavericks is Luka's team, correct? But you trade for a player like Kristaps Porzingis to help Luka. You feel me? You try to develop a Jalen Brunson to help Luka, right? You trade for a Spencer Dinwiddie to help Luka, right? You trade for Kyrie Irving to help Luka, right? Correct. But the issue is Luka's play style is not conducive to the second star or the second option on the team if they're actually a star to thrive. Jalen Brunson started picking, I guess, his steam up or his play up when Luka got injured in the playoffs. People don't want to mention that. You know, he just stayed on it when he came back. The playoffs is completely different. And Luka was injured. So, of course, he had to defer to Jalen Brunson. But what I see on a night in and night out basis from the Dallas Mavericks and the offense, it is disgusting. It is disgusting. Like, literally, when I say to my homeboy, hey, look, I don't want to watch Luka ball. That's what I call it. Because literally every possession, he has the ball and everything is running through him. To the point that you got guys over there getting cold in the corner, like a Kyrie Irving. But Kyrie's able to shake that off. He's been in the league for so long. But it's like he even can get cold. He might turn things up later in the fourth quarter. But the issue is with that. Luka will take the ball out of his hands or Tim Hardaway Jr.'s hands or whoever has it going to get his. And I do think Luka is a selfish player, but you need to be selfish and you have to have a bit of narcissism to make it to that level. But once again, Luka has been the best player on his team since he was a teenager, even at Slovenia. He's been the best player. He's used to being the hero. He's used to being the guy. So when you have another guy on your team that can play up to your level, you know, he doesn't necessarily want to defer to him. You'll see Luka shoot them out the game. And that streak that we saw Kyrie go on, it's like, you know, that's over and done with. It's to the point that people are making memes and laughing about it because it's like, oh, you know, when Luka comes back, this shit is over with. And it was over with because the offense runs through Luka way too much. He's way too ball dominant. Luka, in order for him to win or the Dallas Mavericks to succeed, not only will they have to get a third piece, but Luka is going to have to see his numbers come down. Luka should be averaging like 25, 10, and probably 8. You feel me? Luka should be emphasizing getting his teammates the ball. That should be his primary focus if he's going to be a point guard. You feel me? We can't keep calling these guys point guards when they're trying to score at any given time. Sure, you can do the step back three, this and all that, but when you have another teammate going, try to feed them the ball. Luka does not want to be outshined for some reason. He hasn't gotten to that point where he understands how to win. And it's like, I'm not sure if he's ever going to stay in Dallas for the rest of his career. But it's like, we've seen this with players. They don't know how to win. They're used to playing a hero ball style of ball. Like I saw it with Cam Thomas. Cam Thomas is just now coming around to passing and getting open looks to other players and stuff like that. You feel me? Taking the right shot. But with Luka, you'll see him force it. Like, say, last night against the Celtics, the other night against the Celtics. Like, literally, he went down to the paint, he missed the shot, and he kept getting the rebound and trying to go back up with it. And you got shooters wide open. You feel me? It's not the fact that Luka does not have help. It's that Luka is a me-first type of player. And I don't want anybody to get this confused. I like Luka Doncic. He's cold as fuck. I fuck with him. But it's like a lot of people that love Kyrie Irving are just now realizing what Luka is and like his play style, because I said this years ago, you know, his play style is not conducive to winning. Kobe said the same thing about James Harden. You know, he's coming to, I guess, the season in better shape. Shout out to Luka. Europeans, they usually don't lift weights and stuff like that. I guess it's a fundamental difference or whatever like that. But, you know, he's in better shape than he's ever been since his rookie season. But it's like, still the mindset is the same. Like, even Mark Cuban had this idea, oh, Kyrie, you know, you go stand down there in the corner. That's Kyrie fucking Irving. This man is a 50, 40, 90, 27 point per game, and it could be 30 if he got the whistle of Dame. You feel me? That's who you have on your team. This is not some role player. You feel me? You could have traded 4 role players or kept Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith if you wanted just spot up shooters around him. You feel me? But since you wanted a star to come help Luka, you have to treat that other person as a star. You see me, I'm not emotional or angry because Kyrie Irving is my favorite player. I would have said this if Jalen Brunson stayed. You have to let these other guys control the offense also. Everything just can't run through you on every single play, especially when you don't have it going. That's what's hurting the Dallas Mavericks right now is Luka ball. Luka is very selfish. He doesn't know how to defer to his other stars or other players who have it going. He'll completely ice a teammate out if they have it going. And that's not a winning style of basketball. That's not how you win in this league. You see a player like Jokic. Jokic don't give a fuck if Reggie Jackson got it going, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon, like DeAndre Jordan, even though they wouldn't be on the court at the same time. But he does not care if Michael Porter Jr. he don't care. He's okay with the success of his teammates as long as it gets to win. And yes, Jokic, he'll be winning the triple doubles, but it's actually coming in the flow of the offense. Like Jokic wants to win. Jokic is he's okay with putting up 20 points a game, like 25. Like you'll see Jokic sometimes not even have 20 points a game. He'll just have a whole bunch of assists and rebounds. Like we've seen that from Jokic. He is concerned with feeding his teammates and running the offense as a center, but he's really a tall ass point guard. But Luka is concerned with getting buckets, and if they blitz or something like that, or if he has to pass, he will. It's just a offset of what he can do. It is not the primary thing that Luka looks to do. That's what people get it confused. That's the reason why you'll have players on the Mavericks just go ice cold and just not able to make their shots. They say keep your shooters ready. None of the shooters are ready because they got to see Luka go tween at the top of the damn key for damn near most of the shot clock, for 20 seconds of the shot clock. So that everybody's just sitting around and just waiting for him to pass them the ball, and they don't know when they're getting the ball because they don't know if he's finna score or pass. They don't know. So I can't blame people on the Mavericks, the players in the Mavericks, the Tim Hardaway Juniors, the Greens, I can't blame guys for not being ready. I know Dante Exum is probably injured right now, but he was playing good for them. But these guys, when it comes playoff time, they're not going to be ready. Luka is always ready because Luka is always playing hero ball. But when it comes to a player like Kyrie Irving, he's always ready. But the thing is, what is the hierarchy on this team? Yes, Luka, this is your team, but you have to defer to a player that is better than you on the court that night. Whether it's Tim Hardaway Jr., whether if it's Derek Lively or whoever, Luka does not want to defer. He's too selfish. Luka is just too selfish right now. And I hate to see it because I want to see Luka win one day. But it's like these other guys are going to fly past him and take completely over. By the time Luka realizes how to win, he's going to be on the wrong side of 30. Or it's going to be too late for him. To the point that he might have to lead the Dallas Mavericks to go team up with a Jokic, team up with a Giannis, team up with whoever is on his caliber at that time. Whoever's on his level or anything like that, and they may or may not even win. It's like how people said with Russell Westbrook, James Harden, you have to sacrifice to win. The thing is, Luka does not want to sacrifice to win. Just because he passes the ball, that does not mean that he is a point guard. He is a score-first player that can pass the ball. Very good. You feel me? But you see it when Luka starts to get frustrated. He'll start to force things. You'll have somebody else hot. And it was like, just take the ball out of his hands, and I'm finna go tween, and step back and shoot us out the fucking game. Like, Luka has to sacrifice. Luka does not want to sacrifice. And Jason Kidd is a shit coach. He's there literally to manage personalities. That's it. He's there to be a yes man. You see what Rick Carlisle is doing over there with Indiana. Indiana right now is a better team than the Dallas Mavericks. And that's because they have a real point guard over there that wants to be a point guard, that wants to see his teammates eat. Tyrese Halliburton doesn't care whether if Miles Turner goes off. Benedict Mathurin, and he's injured right now, but It's like when he comes back, he doesn't care if Pascal Siakam goes off. He doesn't care if all these other guys go off. In their first game, I only think Hallie scored 20 points, but guess what? He had 17 assists. Hallie is always looking for his teammates to eat. Neesmith, it doesn't matter. He wants everybody to eat and everybody to be going. That's the reason why everybody on their team can just explode for any amount of points on any given night, because they're used to being fed the ball in certain spots. Niggas on Dallas don't know what the fuck is going on. Even Kyrie. Luka don't know what the fuck going on. Luka like, nigga, I'm going to take my man. Like, he holds the ball too fucking much, man. If you're a Luka fanboy or a fan or whatever like that, and you don't like what I'm saying, I apologize. But the Dallas Mavericks are not going anywhere until Luka Doncic learns to sacrifice. And that's all I got to say. Peace.